Alright guys, so we melted the silver and I put it into the hole, and after scribbling a pencil inside the hole, put the silver into the hole and I hit it with my 2-pound hammer. I got this at Kent's Tools. If you ever come to the shows in Tucson, it's a good idea to go to Ken's Tools because he has used tools and you can get stuff fairly cheap. As you can see, this was $7.50, so I love this hammer for shot plates. It works really well. If I use a lighter hammer and I use it on my anvil, it bounces. If I use a lighter hammer, it will bounce and my steel shot will bounce off into the wilderness. So I like to use this on here and just hit it. And the graphite, I want to show you, this is not cheating. I actually can pull it out with my fingers. Graphite's a great release, and got a great little flower here. So that's how I do that. Alright, so the next step is to clean up my edges on all these little gizmos. So what we're going to do is use some tools, and these are my favorites. They're my old standbys. They're pretty well used. I've got a square and a round file and a snap-on mandrel with a coarse grit disc on it. I love these things. I use them all the time. Saves me a ton of time. The fine's really good for finish work, and the coarse is really good for shaping, which is what we're going to be doing. So yay! So we're ready to solder. I cleaned all the pieces up. All the components are nice and shiny. I've sanded the backs. I've washed them, make sure there's no contaminants that might interfere with solder. One of the things I wanted to point out too is I like using thicker metal, and I didn't used to. Kevin talked me into it. It gives you a little more filing room, and it just gives your piece a nicer, more solid feel. I think this is 18 gauge, and I want to show you, it's really important, let me turn my camera around. It's really important to get a nice contact when you're soldering, especially on bales and stuff, because they're carrying the weight of your piece. So you want to get a really good contact point where you're going to solder. Not just a little tip meeting a tip, but you want to get some good contact. So this is the rest of the piece, and let's see, sorry. That's the rest of the piece. So I'm gonna solder it all together. You can kind of see how the solder's flowing. See it? There's like a melting point. Solder's flowing. Just want it to flow where I want it to flow, and the solder always flows to heat. So here's the piece after solder, and I'm now going to go pickle it. Now comes my favorite part. I get to try it on. This is my finished piece, and so after taking it out of the pickle, I wire brush it with Dawn soap, and then I patinaed with liver of sulfur, polished, and voila, there it is. Tried a couple of different chains on it. This is what I came up with. I'm sure you guys can come up with a lot of variations. You can turn it sideways in a series of 3 or 5 for a necklace, or even a bracelet. So this is what I came up with. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it wasn't too long for you guys. Thanks a lot for watching.